Can I join a bit?
Wow, look at this place, huh? Look how beautiful it is.
I do not know what that tastes like, but it tastes disgusting.
If everything is correct, I just need your signature here. Okay. Just a minute.
Did we get access? Oh, nice. It's like I booked something.
Something for my wife.
Oh, that's nice.
How does it know it's your birthday today, Mama?
Oh, yeah, it's magic, isn't it?
Oh.
Is this cheaper than Grand Hyatt? I don't think you could eat the flower. Yeah, so
Are these
apple,
grapes?
Yes.
apple, grape,
Yes.
lime,
I
lemon.
want to have a grape.
Okay, you have grape.
It's also wrong with that.
Don't you guys like it here better?
No,
The room is better here.
room is better, but oh god, this.
Okay, come on, follow. We done.
Huh?
I got the same as you.
No, you didn't.
When's the room cleaners coming to our room?
After we go shopping.
Mama,
I want to just go.
Gonna do butterfly soon, little guy. What is this?
My foot, my foot.
I mean, you can.
You want to try?
I don't.
No, you can't. It's oh, look.
Not that much to explore.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. Ouch.
Fish. What was that? Oh, look, it's bubbling.
Huh?
Oh? Yeah. Eden,
Yeah.
there might be a crab in there. Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's this one? What's this shop?
Give me a back, Mama. Give me my bye, duckies. We will see you later.
So we're off now to
Kids Club.
And what are we gonna do at Kids Club?
Feed.
You're gonna feed.
The duckies and masks later.
Kids Club is Camp Hyatt, and this guy is pointing to the direction. Sleepy time.
Not bedtime.
Or is this the kitchen? You have your lunch in here when it's raining.
But when it's sunny, we have lunch outside.
It's your paintings. Yeah, you can.
This is where we sit down.
Yeah. Are we going home today?
Mm-hmm.
It's our last day.
Yeah. No. We're leaving today. Yesterday was the last. Yesterday was the second last day. You can see a child of sticky like somebody. This is a circle that I
Lots of meals.
what that's cheating. I don't know cheating. Oh, because you still have the blue tucky. Thank you. There. Where can I put in my room?
We gotta win. Snail or the end.
Come on, do not fight. Hey guys, wave. We say bye. Bye, hotel. We're going home.
Bye, darling. I will miss